The third secret is to heed the color guard. The color guard is so important that we put it on the home page. You can go to the next slide, Kathy. Color guard is so important that we put it at the top of the home page. And what is it? It's a precise system of timing the market. From the very beginning, we started using the VectorVest composite as an indicator of looking what the trend of the market is. And when we first analyzed the data and started putting this system together, we saw that if the VectorVest composite goes up for 2 consecutive weeks, it gave a preliminary signal of a sustainable uptrend. If it went down for 2 consecutive weeks, it gave a preliminary signal of a sustainable downtrend. If the buy-sell ratio was also going up and went from below 1 to above 1, and the VectorVest composite was going up, we got a confirmed up signal. If the VCC went down for 2 consecutive weeks and the buy-sell ratio went below 1, you got a confirmed down signal. Well, for it to go up 2 consecutive weeks, it first has to go up 1 consecutive week, okay? And we call that the primary wave. Kathy, could you go in and show us the color guard? So what the color guard does, we thought, well, why not make it easy for people to see what the VVC is doing? So we created a color guard. And that column on the left is a price column. And we decided to make it work in the same way that a stoplight works. If you see green lights, that's good, that's go, that's buy. You see red lights, that's a stop. You see yellow lights, that's caution. And if you see 3 green lights in a row like we had on January the 11th, that statement up at the top where the gauge is, it's going to say that the color guard is bullish. Buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. So that in 30 seconds, you know exactly what's going on, what the market's doing. I used to get a lot of questions regarding, well, how does that thing work? Why does it change every day? Well, the market doesn't go straight up and it doesn't go straight down. But once you get used to looking at this, you can see immediately what it's doing, and that guidance up at the top there is pretty good. So it's very important to read it and heed it. Pay attention to it. It could save your bacon, or it could make a lot of bacon for you, one way or another. It's helpful. We've added a couple of twists to it. In some cases, we have a little star show up in the green light, and that means that the relative timing indicators that we have, the 10-day has moved up above the 15-day, and that indicated that the market was gaining momentum during that period. So we started out with what we call the green light buyer. Kathy, can you show us a graph? There you go. That's the green light buyer. What we were proposing with that was when you see a green light in a price column of the color guard, it's okay to buy stocks. And we lived with that for about a year and a half, but I was getting concerned that there were times when the VVC was coming down and you had a short burst of a price increase that you got a green light. So we didn't like that. And so we put in what we call the green light RT kicker, okay? So click that on. And you notice, I hope you notice, that what happens now, when the VVC starts going down, you don't see those green lights come up. And when that happens, we put a little star in the price column of the color guard, okay? And that means, you know, you're definitely in an uptrend, and it's safer to buy stocks at that time. And we call that the RT kicker, because what happens is, just to highlight the last couple of weeks of the RT, Kathy. What happens, we look at a 10-day and a 15-day moving average of the relative timing indicator. And when the relative timing indicator is above, the 10-day is above the 15-day, you get a green light. If it's not above, you will not get a green light. I hope that is perfectly clear to everybody. But it's an improvement, and it's helpful when it comes up. Okay, so the market timing graphs are very, very important. Let's move on. We got to go to another slide. Okay. Now, finally, in heating the color guard, to make all this easy, we have what we call the daily color guard report. It lasts less than 10 minutes. It's usually very informative. And, you know, even if you check in every so often, it's helpful. Because we have somebody from VectorVest interpreting what it means and rehearsing the basic analysis techniques for it.